Good morning. Well, it is not that early. It's actually 7:30. I am getting ready to embark. So let's go ahead and get a few things done here for you. So here we go. University of Notre Dame in South Bend. And this is going to tell me where to stop. And it's taking me through Cincinnati, where typically it takes me through Louisville. So I'm going to trust the maps and information available, and that's the best way to go. So I'm going to take a short trip now to West Cincinnati Supercharger. It's only going to be an hour and a half, and says I'll arrive there with a whole lot left of energy, which is 20%. Are you ready? Here we go. And I will see you soon. Well, let me give you an update here. I am on Interstate 75 heading north towards Cincinnati. Couple of things. One is if you drive a Tesla and your children and grandchildren have the app, my app, the issue is they're able to change my radio station as I'm traveling. So this is a very difficult thing when you're driving and all of a sudden your radio station goes from the 60s, which was a great music year or decade, to something now. Anyway, also an update on weather. So heading to South Bend, Indiana, and there is a football game there tomorrow, and it's supposed to be 90 degrees. And I was smart. I bought tickets in the sun the entire game, thinking it was going to be a cool day. So that's an issue. Sunday night, I had planned to sleep at a rest stop in Iowa. And I still do plan to do that. Issue, the weather will be changing. The high will probably be in the 50s, 98% chance of rain. So that could present some problems, but again, I still do plan to have a good night's sleep there of some kind. And let's see, now that I've given you the weather, I will tell you also that looking ahead at the weather, at least a projection for it, would say that when we arrive at Death Valley, we're going to a place called Furnace Creek. Now, of course, the word furnace may tell you something about where we're heading, doesn't it? And the projected temperature is 113 degrees. So I did bring several different layers of clothing, and now I'm glad I did. See you soon. Well, just a little bit of information on driving a Tesla. Did you see the blue there flashing? That's because the car is very, very safe, by the way. There are 8 cameras circling this car, watching at all times. And there is a sneaky camera here. And that sneaky camera is checking my eyes. And if it thinks my eyes or sees that my eyes are not looking at the road, it flashes blue. And it gives me a couple of shots before that blue turns to red with an alarm and says, sorry, you can no longer use full self-driving, which I'm using right now to drive the car. So it is pretty safe, don't you agree? Okay, I think the next time I'll see is around Cincinnati. In a strange twist here, I'm staying on I-75 instead of going around, which is a bit of a surprise. For any of you who don't know, on a Tesla, that's showing me my consumption. And right now it says I'll be arriving at the stop with 21%. And now I wanted to show you this. Watch the graph as I put energy back into the car, going down this steep decline. heading towards Cincinnati. So over here, shortly, you should see it go below that line, meaning I'm actually putting energy back into the car. And that's because of the regenerative braking system in a Tesla. So as you can imagine, going down the Rockies will be fun. So let's see what happens here. You can see ahead of me here, I am going down this hill. And I think I've already picked up a mile. And you could see the line going straight down. I hope I'm showing it to you right. I'm keeping my eyes on the road, not on the camera. And now I'm at 59 miles. Hello, Cincinnati. And let's see how we're doing on the miles. You got to admit this is cool. And you can see that line continue to put energy back into the car. I'm now at 60. And we're just about to the Ohio River, which will cross us into our first state. Look at that, the line going straight down, now at 61 miles. And that's it. So I've put the energy back into the car. So that's how it goes during a trip, a little bit up, a little bit down. And I did see on the graph, it showed me that there's a 2.4 mile an hour wind at my back. That saved me 0.6% of battery. So there's all kinds of information here. Ahead is the bridge crossing the Ohio River. So I'm going into state number 2, which is the great state of Ohio. Well, it's time to charge. And I don't know if you could see them over there, but there's some chargers, and they're almost always at a Meijer. So I will shut this off, pull here, and we'll look at some statistics for you and see what you think. Here we go. And I think I'll park on that side. So let's do this. Why don't we have the car park? So here you go, you can watch it. What do you think? It's even better when it parallel parks. And yes, I can summon it if it's an inclement day and I want it to come pick me up. All right. So let's go to trips. And the current drive was 101 miles. Took an hour and 43 minutes. Energy 243 watt hours per mile. I want that to be below 250, so that's good. Since last charge is about the same, so no difference there. And that's it. So first part of the trip was successful. And you could see here, I still have about 44 miles left on my battery. And if you didn't know, Tesla maps out what your trip is going to be. And here it shows me that I did about 2.7% better driving than had been estimated. The climate took 5% of my battery life, which was greater than anticipated. Conditioning the battery. So Tesla automatically conditions your battery so that when you get to your supercharger, it allows it to go much faster. The elevation, we must have come down in elevation. And over here, it tells you the wind was from the southeast, and it saved me 0.4% on my trip. And staying below 70 would have saved me almost 2% more. So there you go. There's some statistics. I'm going to go charge, and we'll be right back. So it's going to be a little bit slower. You can see here right now, I'm getting 139 kilowatts. which has given me about 600 miles per hour as far as input. And that's why I don't have to stay here so long. So we could look at here, and I'm not going to bother you with this at other stops. I just thought you'd like to see this. So here it's going to tell me, it says I have about 20 minutes to continue my trip. Again, I like to have about 15%, 10 to 15% in my battery at the conclusion of a leg. So right now it's estimating I will get to South Bend at about 2 o'clock. Well, we are on Interstate 74 heading due west towards Indianapolis, Indiana. I just passed exit 1, so leaving Ohio, entering Indiana right now. Car clearly wants to get into the left lane, so I will let it. And I think this is the state dividing line. I am approaching Indianapolis, Indiana right now, and you could see I'll be getting on to 465, which goes around the city shortly. And another thing to note is that once I get off of 465 at State Road 31, I will, for the last time, see an interstate for quite a while, actually until I leave on Sunday. So I will have about a 2.5 to 3 hour northward journey on a state road, which is why that part of the trip takes twice as long as the first part of the trip. Anyway, here we go around, and it won't be long. We will be on 465. Let's see how the Tesla maneuvers coming on to a busy 465. This has been under construction for about 30 years, so I'm hoping that someday soon it might be completed. So here we come merging on. And let's see, it has put its left blinker on. I'm in this lane and I have merged on. See you soon. I am in Carmel, Indiana, and I see that I'm 2 minutes from the charging stop. I have never been to this particular stop, so I'm interested to see what it's like and where it is and all that good stuff. So we'll let our Tesla take us to the charging stop. Well, I wish I had shown you. The car did an awesome job maneuvering what I would say was a little bit of a difficult roundabout. Well, actually, here comes another roundabout. Let's see what happens here. So I'm into the roundabout. I am looking and looking. The car has done a very nice job of being careful. We have left. Boom. How was that? How was that as far as doing a great job? It really has gotten better and better and better at doing this. I think I know where we're going to stop for, by the way, notice how the car slowed down for possible pedestrians there. I am going to pull into a Meijer. Surprise, surprise. That is where the charger is. I'll be right back and tell you how we did. Well, I wish I had shown you. The car did an awesome job maneuvering what I would say was a little bit of a difficult roundabout. Well, actually, here comes another roundabout. Let's see what happens here. So I'm into the roundabout. I am looking and looking. The car has done a very nice job of being careful. We have left. Boom. How was that? How was that as far as doing a great job? It really has gotten better and better and better at doing this. All right, let's see how we did here. So I will go to trips and a couple of things. Since the last charge, it was 112 miles. I used 26 kilowatts and I averaged 232. For the total trip so far, 213 miles, 50, so you could see that it's pretty equal, and 237, so very consistent. And of course, these two are going to be the same. Next, where am I now? Currently, I'm at 109 kilowatts charging, which is just under 500 miles an hour as far as input into the car. And let's see here. I am going to a supercharger in Mishawaka, Indiana, which, well, I thought maybe you'd want to see a little bit of corn here. So there's corn on the right, there's corn on the left. And that was a big part of this particular drive. Well, this is amazing. As you could see, I'm driving as equal and flat as I possibly can, averaging 187 watt hours per mile, which is significantly below the EPA rate for this particular car. I have 116 miles left, and my total trip left is just over 80. So I have no problem, and I'm anticipated to arrive at 27%, where I started at, I believe it was just under 20. So right now, I do know that I did not have to stop to charge that second time, but so be it. A bit of a weather update. I don't think I need to say anything. You may be able to see what we're heading into. We've arrived. Remember the rain we thought was coming? There it is. And this particular charger, I'm at the destination with about 20%. Anyway, it's at a Meijer. Let's take a look, see how we did for the trip today. And we'll go here. We'll look at our trips. I'm going to fix this just a bit for you. And let's see. So the current drive since our last charge was 2.5 hours. An amazing watt hours per mile. So I just was very fortunate. It was a great drive. And of course, since the last would be the same. For the total trip so far, 344 miles. I used 57 kilowatts. I think my battery is 57, so just over one full charge. And I averaged 222 watt hours per mile, and that is, frankly, that's amazing. So everything went smooth. If I were to do it over again, I would have charged a little bit more at home and only stopped one time coming up here at Carmel. Anyway, that is it for today's trip as we begin our Death Valley trip. So I only have about 2,000 more miles, well, under 2,000 miles now to go for my first half of the trip before returning. After this, if the rain stops, though it may not look like it's going to, and I broke their drought here, but if the rain does stop, it's a Friday afternoon, there's a football game tomorrow, I'll stop at Notre Dame and just give you some sights and sounds, just a few minutes, if you want. If not, so be it. So, how'd we do? Take these off so I don't glare. And it was a great trip. I had no issues at all. It's one of the fastest trips I've made up here, by the way, and I don't know why, but it is. So it took me like 6 hours total, and you could do it in 5.5 if you have a gas car. So that was kind of the difference. Anyway, here I am. There's no cornfields I could see right now. Next time after I leave South Bend, I'll be heading towards Iowa. See ya. Well, for any of you that don't know, I thought I'd just throw this up here quickly for you. There is a thing called Tesla Theater, and so we could watch YouTube, I'm sorry, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. There's a few others. Also, to keep you, let's go here to, there's also games that you could play. So there's many things to keep you active while you're waiting for a charge. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I am charging. That's to a full charge. I'm not going to do a full charge, so I'll just be here 10 more minutes. And again, hoping to show you some fun stuff at Notre Dame.